It's 11:07 p.m. on a Tuesday. Nothing about this moment feels important. You're lying in bed, half scrolling, half asleep, when a thumbnail stops your thumb. A man, a chart, a Lamborghini in the background. Words like pips, spreads, financial freedom. You don't fully understand it, but something clicks, not logic. Something deeper. The chart moves. And somewhere in your brain, a quiet thought forms. That's money. You tap the video, then another, then another. By 2 a.m., you're not just watching anymore. You've opened a demo account. You don't tell anyone it. Feels like you've found a door you weren't supposed to see yet. The interface looks like a cockpit. Red and green candles flicker. Numbers jump in real time. It's confusing, but exciting. You place your first trade, EUR/USD. You hit buy just to see what happens. The price ticks up. $4, $7, $12. You close it for minutes. $12. It's fake money, but your heart doesn't know that. You sit back and stare at the screen, and then the thought comes. Why is anyone working a 9 to 5 when this exists? That question. It's going to cost you more than anything else. Level 1. The spark. The next 3 weeks feel like a fever dream. You're inhaling information, moving averages, RSI, support and resistance. You find a strategy on a forum, 87% win rate. You screenshot it, save it, print it. You believe it because you want to. You deposit your first real $500. Now, it's different now. It matters. You're not just curious anymore. You're a trader, at least. That's what you call yourself when no one's around. Your first real trade is GBP/USD. You see the pattern? It matches the screenshot. You enter it, it goes red immediately. You hold the guy in the video, said to be patient. It drops more. You wait it. Doesn't come back. You close the trade 40 minutes later, down $80, your chest feels tight. You stare at the screen in silence, and then you think, I chose the wrong pair, not the wrong idea, not the wrong system, just the wrong pair. That belief will keep you here longer than anything else. Level 2. The illusion of progress. You've burned through $300. Your solution? More knowledge, more books, more courses, more indicators. You convince yourself you're not. Gambling, you're learning. The answer exists somewhere. You just haven't found it yet. You dive deeper. You learn risk management. 1 to 2% per trade. You build a clean trading plan in a Google Doc. Rules, structure, discipline. You deposit another $300 for 4 days. You follow everything perfectly. On the 5th day, you see a setup that isn't in your plan, but it looks perfect. Perfect. You take it. 5% risk. It disappears in 22 minutes. You don't log that trade. You just move on. The cycle begins. Discipline gives impulse, gives loss, gives regret, gives repeat. You think it's a psychology problem. You try JOURNALING. Meditation, checklists. Sometimes it helps, mostly doesn't, because the truth is simpler and harsher. You're executing a system that has no real edge and discipline. You can't fix a broken system. You join a Discord. 4,000 people. Screenshots of wins, green days, profits. There's a guy who posts daily signals. You follow him. He's right 55% of the time. The market is right. It's 50% of the time. You can't tell the difference. 8 months pass. You're down $800 across all deposits. You call it learning, and you're right, just not in the way you think. Level 3. The shift around month 10. Something changes. Not because you figured it out, because you got tired. There's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from chasing something that keeps moving. So one day, you stop chasing. You just watch, no trades, no indicators, just price. 4 hours. You sit in front of charts doing nothing. And slowly, something clicks. Not a strategy. a perspective you start noticing. Behavior where price slows down, where it accelerates, where it fakes, and where it commits. You build something small. 2 rules. 1 pair, 1 time. Window. That's it. You backtest it manually. Scrolling through months, then years. Logging every setup, every outcome. The edge is thin, 0.56%. Win rate, 1 to 1.5 risk-reward. No. Lamborghini, just a spreadsheet, but it's real. Your first month, you're up 6%, 0.11 trades, 0.9 followed the rules. Those made money, the 2 you didn't follow. Well, both losses. You sit with that for a long time. Next month, plus 4%, then dash 2%, then plus 9%. This is consistency. It doesn't feel exciting. It feels quiet, boring. Like work, you leave the Discord. Not. Dramatically, you just stop opening it. The noise stopped being useful. Your account hits $1,800 for the first time. You don't feel like a gambler. You feel like someone who understands what they're doing. Not perfectly, but better than before. You're not right yet, but you're less wrong. Level 4. Scaling reality, 6 months of consistency. Not perfect, but stable. You add capital, $5,000. Total. Now the numbers feel different. A 6% month is $300. $1. 200 loss feels heavier. You feel it in your chest, but you don't react. That's growth. You find a small group of traders. No flexing, no Lambos, just journals and honest conversations. Someone says, I lost because I entered early. No excuses, no performance, just truth. You realize something uncomfortable. Everything you consumed in your first year was a product, sold to people like you. You were the customer. Now, you're the operator. By month 18, you're managing $12,000. You return 7%, $840 from your laptop. It feels fragile, like it could disappear any moment. But it doesn't. The system holds, for the first time. 6 figures doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like a math problem. Level 5. The weight you're managing $80,000. Now, some yours. Some from people who trusted your track record. You set rules, profit splits, drawdown limits, monthly reports. Your life reorganizes itself. You sleep 8 hours, not for health, for performance. You stop drinking because your data showed it affects your trades. You don't talk about trading anymore, not because you're hiding it, because no one understands it. They ask if it's like gambling. You smile, kind of, and move on. The loneliness, something you didn't expect. You keep cash reserves outside the market because you learned the market is for growth, not safety. You have a bad month, a drawdown. 1. Investor calls. You explain every trade, every decision. They stay, but you feel the weight now. It doesn't go away. Level 6. The operator managing $400,000? Maybe more. You didn't get here through ads. You got here through trust. Introductions, reputation. You have systems now, not just trading systems, operational, reports, protocols, structure. You have an assistant. The numbers don't feel real anymore. $40,000 in a position feels like a percentage, not money. It has to be that way. If you felt the money, you couldn't function, your life is tied to the market, even when it's closed. You're not unhappy. But you're aware of the cost, and you've chosen it. Level 7. The architect, there are people working with you now. Analysts, a risk manager, a developer. You don't execute most trades anymore. You've built the system. Now you manage it. At first, it's unbearable, watching someone else click the AZ button. You want to take control, but you don't. You let it run slowly. You trust it. You're not a trader anymore. You're an architect. Your job isn't to win trades, it's to build a system. That wins over time. You're running a business, not a hustle, not a dream, a business. Sometimes late at night, you open a chart just to watch, not to trade, just to remember what it felt like in the beginning. Level 8. The apex, it's 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. Your office is quiet. You've had one call today. Your team handles everything else. You manage millions. You don't say the number anymore. It doesn't mean what it used to. You understand the market now. Not as a system to beat, but as behavior. Crowd your edge isn't knowing the answer, it's knowing. Where the crowd is wrong, more often than you are, there's nothing left to prove. Your results speak. Your investors trust you. That trust is your responsibility. You eat alone sometimes, not from loneliness, from clarity. This is where you think best. You're in the elevator. When your phone buzzes, a junior analyst. Confident, wrong. You smile, you remember that feeling. You reply, guiding him, not correcting him. He has to see it himself. Somewhere right now, someone just made $12 on a demo account. They're staring at the screen, thinking this is easy. They're wrong, but they'll learn, and it will cost them exactly what it cost you, and they'll stay anyway. They always do.